Job was a good man, a righteous man. He followed God's laws, he lived a life of integrity. But then, tragedy struck. Job lost everything. His wealth, his family, his health, all gone in an instant. He was left with nothing but pain, suffering, and a profound sense of loss. This is where our story begins, in the depths of Job's despair as he grapples with the seeming injustice of his situation. Job's friends, hearing of his misfortune, came to comfort him. They sat with him, offering words of consolation and attempting to explain the reason for his suffering. But their words, instead of bringing solace, only intensified Job's anguish. They couldn't understand the depth of his pain, the sheer unfairness of it all. Job in his agony questioned God's justice. He cried out, demanding to know why he, a righteous man, was being punished so severely. His friends offered the traditional explanations. He must have sinned, they argued, or perhaps God was testing him. But Job knew in his heart that these explanations were hollow and unsatisfying. "Listen carefully to my words," Job implored his friends. He desperately wanted them to understand the depth of his pain, to see the world through his eyes. He wasn't looking for platitudes or easy answers. He yearned for genuine empathy, for someone to acknowledge the rawness of his suffering. Job's frustration stemmed not only from his personal suffering, but also from the seeming injustice he observed in the world around him. He saw wicked people prospering, enjoying lives of comfort and ease, while he, a righteous man, was engulfed in suffering. This dissonance, this stark contrast between the fate of the righteous and the wicked, fueled his anger and confusion. He argued passionately that his friends' explanations were flawed. They clung to the belief that God rewards the righteous and punishes the wicked in this life. Yet, Job saw with his own eyes that this was not always the case. His own experience stood as a stark contradiction to their neat and tidy theology. In Job chapter 21, Job launches into a powerful and unsettling discourse on the prosperity of the wicked. He describes how they live long, comfortable lives, surrounded by wealth and family. They are successful in their endeavors, their barns overflowing, their children thriving. And yet, Job argues, they seem to escape God's judgment. Why, Job asks, do the wicked live on, growing old and increasing in power? He points to the seeming lack of divine retribution, the absence of immediate consequences for their evil deeds. This observation, this stark reality of the wicked prospering, shook Job to his core. It challenged everything he thought he knew about God's justice and the order of the universe. Job's words are unsettling because they resonate with a universal human experience. We've all witnessed situations where bad things happen to good people, and where those who seem deserving of punishment escape unscathed. This dissonance, this apparent lack of cosmic justice, can be deeply troubling and can shake our faith in a just and loving God.